State Champs Extra Point is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Henry Ford Sports Medicine. All for you. And Hoop McInerney's Star Lincoln. Best price, right choice, and you get the star treatment.
Welcome to a place they call The Park. Nowhere else in the nation, I believe, has 3 high schools basically sharing a city mile. They have 3 homecomings. Last week was Plymouth, this week is Canton's, next week is Salem. Welcome to all 3 and welcome to another edition of State Champs Extra Point. We're presented by Lawrence Technological University. I'm Lauren Plant.
And I'm Stephanie Funkhauser. We're here for the Canton Chiefs taking on the Plymouth Wildcats. A ton of great rivalry games this week. You'll see at least 10 games here on Extra Point. Of course, we're the only local show dedicated to high school football.
That's right, and we've got another inspirational message coming your way from St. Clair Shores Lakeshore head coach Richie Pop. Another great rehab tip from the pros with Henry Ford Sports Medicine, and we've got a very special coach of the week. We're honoring 2, and you'll know immediately why.
Plus, Scott Bernstein will be along to talk about the quality of coaching here in the state, but let's get started with some Week 5 action of high school football.
We begin in the Detroit Public School League in afternoon East Division II matchup. The Central Trailblazers taking on the Denby Tars. 6-4 a year ago, but coming off 3 straight losses, Detroit Central in need of a win. Demetrius Christian bouncing to the outside, and the Trailblazers led 14-0 at the half. Denby came into the season the favorite to win the East 2 division in the 3rd. You can't see him, but Ramel Taylor sneaks in. Tars trailed 14-6 going into the 4th. Denby's strength this year is on offense, and we're looking to even it up midway through the final quarter. This will work on Nante Calhoun's quick slant to Jamari Griffin. The sophomore turns on the Jets for a 50-yard touchdown. They got the 2, and we were tied at 14. Tars hoping 2016 will be a 4th straight playoff appearance, and if they get athletic plays like this, they might get there. Late in the game, the junior Armani White absorbing the hits and just keeps on going. This will be a 47-yard gain deep in Trailblazer territory. Very next play, and Calhoun caps the comeback. Game-winning score, Tars take care of Central by a 22-14 final. Denby hoping they can make waves in the city playoffs in a month's time as they move to 4-1 on the season. Sean Belesian picks up our coverage now.
Thank you, Lauren. Catholic League action now as the undefeated Clarkston Everest Mountaineers played host to the 3-1 Gabriel Richard Pioneers. Start off in the first quarter. Everest has the ball at the Gabriel Richard 5-yard line. Sophomore running back Josh Legg finds a hole, gets in the end zone. Everest up 7-0. Later on in the first, Everest up 14-0. Junior quarterback Grant Burgess with the screen to senior running back Alex Legg gets around one defender, outruns a couple more to take this one 69 yards for the score. The Mountaineers now up 21-0. Still in the first quarter, Gabriel Richard looking to answer. Sophomore running back Nevin Hughes gets the handoff and bursts his way through the line to get a 22-yard score. That gets the Pioneers on the board, and the score would stay 21-7 heading into the second quarter. Second quarter action now. Burgess runs the option and decides to keep it himself. He stiff arms away from a defender, and he is gone. 39 yards, and it would be all Mountaineers from there. Everest's perfect year continues as they finish this one with a 40-7 win. We head now to the Southeastern Conference in a white division matchup. The 2-2 Adrian Maples taking on the 2-1 Ypsilanti Grizzlies. Adrian gets things started here. Perry Johnson, 5-yard touchdown run. Adrian up 6-0. Still in the first, Ypsilanti would come back with this one. Senior Christopher Willis with the 20-yard drive into the end zone. The Grizzlies tie it up 6-6 after the first quarter. Adrian again here. Quarterback Tyler Shepard with the 2-yard sneak. Maples would lead 12-6 at the half. They would seal the deal right here with the handoff to Antoine Ficklin, a freshman for the Maples. He takes it 14 yards into the end zone. Adrian wins 18-6 and improves to 3-2 on the season. We continue our highlights now with Ryan Slocum.
Thanks, Sean. 4-0 Grand Blanc taking on 3-1 Brighton. The Bobcats trailed 10-7 at the half. Andre Mason brings them back in the third, cutting like a surgeon. He finds the end zone, putting GB on top 13-10. And he was just getting warmed up for his next run, taking off from his own 10. That's a big hole, and they aren't going to catch him. A 90-yard touchdown run for Mason gives Grand Blanc a little cushion with a 19-10 lead. But 2 missed extra points prove costly. Brighton gets a touchdown run from Luke Hellwing to make it 19-17, and the Dogs then beat the Cats thanks to a field goal with less than a minute to play. 20-19 was the final. We also had a big game in the GAC Red with 4-0 Lake Fenton hosting 3-1 Montrose. The Blue Devils dominated, the defense shutting down the Rams and recovering a fumble here. That would set up the big fella out of the backfield, Trent Hilger, the 2-time state wrestling champ, throwing defenders out of the way. It takes 3 of them to take him down, and Hilger would finish the drive, plowing his way right up the gut. That was the final touchdown in a 35-0 win. Lake Fenton improves to 5-0 on the night they celebrated the 10th anniversary of their last 9-0 team in 2006. For Extra Point, I'm Ryan Slocum.
Hey guys, I'm Lauren Jabara. We're here at the State Champ Sports Network studio. More football highlights coming at you later in the show, but right now, let's head to this week's Henry Ford Sports Medicine Minute.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brian Rill, sports medicine specialist with Henry Ford Health System. Today, we're going to talk about ankle sprains. Ankle sprains are an extremely common athletic injury occurring in most sports with running, cutting, and pivoting. They typically occur when the shin bone rolls over top of the foot, causing pain and discomfort on the outside part of the ankle. A routine ankle sprain is one that gets better over 3 to 4 weeks and is simply treated with rest, ice, elevation, restriction from sports until pain and swelling go down, followed by progressive return to sport play. If you can't put weight on it, you're not progressing through your sport-specific program, or swelling persists, that's when you may need to see a healthcare provider or specialist. Once again, my name is Brian Rill, sports medicine specialist with Henry Ford Health System.
Download our sports medicine app and learn more at henryford.com/sports.
The Sports Medicine Minute is presented by Henry Ford Sports Medicine. All for you.
Are you looking for somewhere to go to school next year? Why not check out Lawrence Tech? Their education is unlike any other, and their athletics are booming. For more information, head to ltu.edu. We'll be right back.
Did you know that Lawrence Technological University ranks 5th among U.S. colleges for boosting graduates' earning power?
RSVP now for our Blue and White Tour on September 30th, so you can meet students and faculty while exploring our 100 undergraduate, master's, and doctoral programs.
At Lawrence Tech, everything is possible, and possible is everything.
Hungry Howie's founded flavored crust, but how can we really own flavor?
One word, brand extensions. Behold, butter cheese toothpaste.
You actually made a tube of toothpaste.
Not just one, check it. I got sesame, Asiago cheese, onion.
Where are these coming from?
I've got an intern.
Really?
Hey, order online and get a meal deal for any size budget.
Hungry?
Howie's!
Want to see the new luxury sedan everyone is talking about? Come to Hoot McInerney Star Lincoln and check out the stunning 2017 Lincoln MKZ. Experience the performance of an available 400 horsepower V6 engine, the crisp, clear sound of a Rebel audio system, and much more. The restyled new Lincoln MKZ, now available at Hoot McInerney Star Lincoln, 12 Mile Road just east of Telegraph. Experience the Star treatment.
Welcome back to State Champs Extra Point. Do you love high school football? Well, I won't keep you waiting any longer. Let's get back to the highlights.
We start with an OAA Blue matchup as the 2-2 Rochester Falcons head to Berkeley to take on the 3-1 Bears. Berkeley gets things rolling in this one. Here's senior Dominic Morelli with the 32-yard touchdown run. The Bears would lead 13-0 after the first quarter. Wasn't long before Rochester got on the board. Quarterback Brent Bertrand connects here with Thomas Loftus for the 13-yard touchdown. Rochester out on top, 21-13 at the half. But Rochester put it away. Senior Jack Beto running it in for 10 yards out for the Falcons. They go on to win 41-27, and they improve to 3-2 on the year. We head now to the Huron League as the Milan Reds, tied for first in the league, took on the 3-1 New Boston Huron Chiefs. Milan starts it off strong. Here's quarterback Demetrius Barnes up the middle, 45 yards on the quarterback keeper to make it 13-0 Big Reds after the first quarter. Huron would get on the board here as Joseph Camilla finds Andrew Miller in the back of the end zone. Chiefs were down 28-7 at the half, but Milan would continue to roll throughout this one. Quarterback Demetrius Barnes busts free again, 50-yard touchdown as Milan beats New Boston Huron 42-7. They go to 5-0 on the year. To the Kensington Lake North Division as the 1-3 Walled Lake Central Vikings head to Lakeland High School to take on the undefeated Lakeland Eagles. Start off in the first quarter. Vikings with the ball as senior quarterback Jack Golvis in the spread throws it up to senior running back Damian Felton, who gets a nice block on his way to a 29-yard touchdown. Vikings lead 15-7 heading into halftime. Coming back from the half, special teams played a factor in this one. Senior kicker Pop Midgley sends a squib kick, but it backfires. Lakeland's senior running back Hunter Roberts grabs it and takes this one 50 yards all the way to the house. 2-point conversion ties this one at 15. Now to the final quarter. It would be Roberts again, this time on the ground. Finds his way through the defense and runs it in from 15 yards out. Eagles now down 30-21. Later in the fourth, Lakeland down 37-29, but the Eagles have the ball, and senior quarterback Alec Ramirez gets too much air under the throw, and it's picked off by senior linebacker Will Crockett to seal the deal for the Vikings. Walled Lake Central beats Lakeland for the second year in a row, 37-29. Vikings improve to 2-3 as they hand the Eagles their first loss of the year.
This is Coach Pop with this week's Mentoring Minute. We're going to talk today about taking time to be thankful. Boy, in the ever-changing, fast-paced world in which we live, sometimes we don't just take a step back and realize how thankful we are for all that we have. I'd like you to begin to write a list of all the things in your life to be thankful for. Your family, your friends, teammates, school. That could be the start of your list. Needless to say, you're going to be writing for quite some time, so give yourself some time. Sometimes our lives are moving, as I said, so quickly, we just need to take that step back. It's wonderful when we take that minute to realize all we have. This is Coach Pop, State Champs Extra Point. Always be thankful.
The Mentoring Minute is brought to you by Great Dane Heating and Cooling. Experience the service you deserve.
Do you want to raise some dough for your organization? Why not check out Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser? It's the easiest way to raise money for your team or school. Head to doughraiser.com for more information. More football highlights up next. Catch you on the flip side.
No two patients are alike. We make sure you get treatment as individual as you are. Henry Ford Health System, all for you.
I know a little something about getting noticed. And well, that's what it's like when you graduate from Northwestern Tech. Because all over Metro Detroit, heating and cooling companies are in need of well-trained technicians.
If you're looking for a career in HVAC or commercial refrigeration, the best place to start is Northwestern Tech.
Take it from me, it's nice having companies compete for you for a change.
Northwestern Tech, the HVAC school that works.
Fundraising should be fresh, flavorful, and simple. We have the perfect solution at Hungry Howie's, Dough Raiser. Your team or school can sell paper pizza certificates that can be redeemed for one medium pizza at participating locations.
Hungry Howie's makes it easy. It's just a little mini pizza box, but we make lots of money, lots of dough.
Go to doughraiser.com to learn more and sign up. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Welcome to Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser.
All right, welcome back to State Champs Extra Point. Scott Bernstein in the house now for the recruiting roundup, except we're going to give you a different twist today and kind of give some props to the coaches out there. Are you aware in college football that leading into this week, Michigan teams from the state were 13-1 in college football? That's unbelievable, and a big testament to that, of course, is the players we have going, but the players and how they are groomed in getting to college.
Yeah, 5 Division I programs, 13-1. 4 of those 5 are in the top 50, and it's a tribute to the type of coaches that we have in the state of Michigan, no question. You know, in my opinion, you can put the quality of coaches and players in this area up against anyone in the entire country. You know, that's a fact. When you're talking about coaches, it all starts, if you're creating the Mount Rushmore, it all starts with what I call the Holy Grail trifecta. John Harrington from Harrison, Tom Mack from Catholic Central, and George Porritt from St. Mary's. These are master motivators, shrewd, tireless tacticians, and just marvelous mentors of our area's youth, both on and off the field. These guys put out excellent football players and great young men. You go a little bit further towards the city, you got Thomas Wiltshire at Cass Tech, Greg Carter over at Oak Park. Wiltshire at Cass Tech has turned the technicians into a national power in this last decade. They're putting out double-digit Division I recruits every year. And if you just want to talk about the talent that's coming out of this state after high school, the proof is in the pudding. Eric Fisher from Stony Creek, and then at Central Michigan, the #1 pick in the NFL draft 3 years ago. And then just look at who's starting on Sundays from around this state. Kirk Cousins. You like that? You like that? Jeremy Langford, Willie Snead, and my man from Orchard Lake St. Mary's, Allen Robinson, Al B. Shore, all-pro wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Proof's in the pudding.
Boom. And I'll tell you what Southfield's been able to do and what King has been able to do, the recruits that are coming out of just Southeast Michigan alone are truly outstanding and making an impact at the next level. Let's go no huddle now with Jerry Mack.
We start the no huddle in the PSL with Detroit Cody taking on Detroit Mumford. Scoreless after regulation, we head right to the extra sessions. Second overtime, game tied at 6. Marquise Burnett rolling out left. The senior's gonna truck his way into the end zone for the 10-yard score. Comets up 12-6. But it wasn't over. Mumford quarterback Omar Pagan punches it in from 2 yards out to tie it right back up at 12. Mumford gets the ball back to start off triple overtime. Sorrell Lewis on the counter. Sorrell Lewis for the score. Mustangs lead 18-12. Ball back to Cody. Burnett under pressure, looking to the far sideline. but Le'Veon Fields with the pick. That would do it. Mumford improves to 4-1, 18-12 the final in this one. Next we go to a non-conference matchup as Notre Dame Prep was at home taking on Detroit Public Safety Academy. Prep gets it started. Eli McLean to Josh Johnson. This miraculous catch in the back of the end zone for 19 yards. 7-0 Irish. It was all Prep. Eli McLean to Daniel Nemert for 20 yards as they roll to a 35-zip win. The Irish go to 4-1 on the season. Now on to the OAA Blue. The 0-4 Pontiac Phoenix taking on the 2-2 Ferndale Eagles. We start in the second half. Ferndale's John Adams III takes the kickoff and goes 95 yards to the house. Ferndale rolls in this one. The Eagles win 45-7, upping their record to 3-2 on the year. Time for the battle of Birmingham Groves versus Seaholm. As Bo Cooley finds a wide open Till Morn, he goes in for the score and Groves rolls 36-0, and they remain undefeated on the year. And finally, the battle of Grosse Pointe North versus Grosse Pointe South, a 48-year tradition. We go to the fourth. Norseman up 2-0. Check out Pete Ciavarano coming up with the ball for the huge gain, setting up a Jared Jordan score. North beats South 8-4. For No Huddle, I'm Jerry Mack.
Coming up next, we honor 2 coaches in this week's Coach of the Week segment for making a very special moment happen last week in Novi. Also, there are a ton of huge games today, you guys, including Detroit Catholic Central at Brother Rice. Check it out.
A Acute high-definition field vision is important to athletes and sportsmen, and you can improve visual performance and reaction time with ClearVision.Pro. It increases visual tracking, motion detection, and depth perception. This is science. ClearVision.Pro speeds up the visual process from the retina to our visual cortex in the brain. If you see it faster, you perform better. Order at ClearVision.Pro. Get the performance advantage. Get ClearVision.Pro. ClearVision.Pro is certified by Informed Sport.
Snap Camp is Metro Detroit's original Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram dealer, and we're still making the best deals every day.
During the Jeep Celebration event, lease a Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo for just $259 a month, or a Ram Crew Cab 4x4 as low as $178.
Celebrating 25 years of giving customers a superior buying experience. That's Snap Camp on Telegraph Road in Redford.
Snap Camp, Metro Detroit's original. Snap Camp, Snap Camp.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
Hey, welcome back. I'm Sean Belegian, and it's time once again for Coach of the Week presented by Lawrence Tech Athletics. We've got a very special edition. We're going to have co-coaches of the week this week. Two guys that got together last week in Novi for an incredibly special moment. Coach Burnside has been the head coach at Novi for 4 years now, and the Wildcats took a big step last year winning a playoff game. But what happened last week is what champions are made of. Robbie Heil is a young man with Down syndrome, and he has served as the Wildcats water boy for 4 years. Last Friday, he did what so many kids his age dream to do, and in front of his mom, Debbie, who has terminal bone cancer. He scored a touchdown on what should be the play of the year. Coach Burnside talks about how quickly this all came about with the call to Coach PESCI at South Lyon East.
Immediately agreed to helping us out with this, and I just said, hey, look, can we do this? And he's like, absolutely. And we got a chance. We practiced the play. We put him in pads all week, and made him feel like a real football player all week long. He had full pads on. I made him do down-ups if he screwed up. For Coach PESCI in his second year at South Lyon East, this was a great thing for all parties involved.
Before the game, Jeff and I met at the 50 and kind of were talking about how it was going to take place. And, I kind of let him know that we had a jersey that we had all the kids sign. That was number one that we wanted to present to Robbie. And
yeah, Robbie Heil was one of the boys all week long. Practice, down-ups, all of it, as Coach Burnside explains.
During the week, we practiced that play, and then in the game, we got in and executed it and buried it in the back of the end zone, had a blast. And, the South Lyon East team came out, celebrated with them. The coaches were overwhelmed. We were overwhelmed. Just a great evening.
The Coach of the Week is presented by Lawrence Tech. For more information on Lawrence Tech Athletics, please visit ltuathletics.com. For Extra Point, I'm Sean Belegian.
Welcome back to the park. I'm Jillian.
I'm Emerson.
I'm Avery.
I'm Milena.
And now we're going to find out who won between Plymouth and Canton. And we all know who that's going to be.
Plymouth!
Yeah, right. It's going to be Canton. Let's check it out.
I'm Mike Relaitis. We head now to the Kensington Lakes Conference as the Canton Chiefs looking to defend their house against Plymouth. We start out in the second quarter with Canton in the red zone. Marcus Sanders gets the handoff, makes a man miss, and takes this one in from 13 yards out. Chiefs would head into the locker room with a 14-0 lead at the half. We take you to second half action. Plymouth inside the Canton 5-yard line, and it's senior running back Darius Timmons getting the ball on a draw play and taking it 4 yards to the house. Plymouth on the board at 14-7. Later in the third, quarterback Zach Beadle with the play action, but then decides to keep it himself. Nobody is going to touch him as he goes 55 yards to tie the game up at 14 apiece.
It would stay tied halfway through the fourth quarter. Chiefs in striking distance for the go-ahead score, and Julian Thornton will punch it in from 8 yards out. He had Canton's first touchdown of the game. That would do it. Canton wins 21-14. Chiefs improved to 3-2 on the season as Plymouth drops to 1-4. On to action in the MAC Red. The undefeated 8th ranked in the state Marauders of Warren Mott visiting the Big Reds from Chippewa Valley. Mott strikes first. Cortland Cross takes it up the gut for 6. 7-0 Marauders after 1. In the second quarter, after a successful field goal, Chippewa back with the ball looking for the end zone. And they find it with the passing game. Tommy Schuster hits Maurice McBride for 50 yards. Big Reds take the lead at 10-7. Warren Mott's rebuttal would immediately come on the ensuing drive. Whatever you can do, I can do better, as Michael Pond airs it out to Andre Chandler for 60 yards, giving Mott a 14-10 lead. Tight game in the first half, but the second half, a different story. Again, it's the combo of Pond to Chandler for 55 yards, as 8th-ranked Warren Mott keeps the undefeated season alive, defeating Chippewa Valley 42-24. I'm Mike Erlitis for Extra Point.
Hey, let's go to our Star Lincoln Play of the Week, and let's check out the game between Notre Dame Prep and Detroit Public Safety. How about this catch by Josh Johnson, going up with 2 guys on him and coming down for the score. Way to go, Josh. And that is this week's Star Lincoln Play of the Week.
Well, week 5 is in the books, and next week teams will already be qualifying for the state playoffs, and the leaves haven't even begun to change colors yet.
I know, it's crazy, but time flies when you're having fun, and we are having some fun. And hey, if you can't wait till Saturday morning to get your high school football fix, tune in to 97.1 The Ticket every Friday night from 10 to midnight or immediately following Tigers baseball. It's the state champs scoreboard show. Ryan Terpstra, Tom Markowski, and myself, we give you the latest breaking scores. We break it all down. We talk to players, we talk to coaches, we talk to you, the fans, and you can even watch it on Facebook Live.
Plus, head to our website and let us know what games you want to see here on Extra Point, and we have tons of statewide football highlights there as well, or other sports, and on our YouTube page, State Champs TV.
That's right, and you can stay connected with us all week long. State Champs Net is on all the social media platforms, and we'll see you next week for another brand new episode of State Champs Extra Point right here on WXYZ Channel 7. Have a great rest of the weekend. State Champs Extra Point is presented by Lawrence Technological University. Possible is everything. Hungry Howie's Dough Raiser. Your next fundraiser comes with flavored crust. Henry Ford Sports Medicine. All for you. And Hoop McInerney's Star Lincoln. Best price, right choice, and you get the star treatment.